If I ask your viewers, is the Lakshman Rekha there in the Ramayana? I'm betting everyone will probably say yes. Why?
Because it was there in one of them but not in the other.
Most people will say yes because they saw it in a 1980s television serial, right? Yeah. But actually in the original Valmiki Ramayana, it is not there, right? From all that I have read, the first time the Lakshman Rekha is mentioned is in the 16th century in the Ramcharitmanas. So what did Goswami Tulsidas ji do? He modernized a part of the Ramayana to that era. Okay.
So that modernization and the flexibility. So you are saying, how has the culture survived for such a long period of time? The answer, I think, is also in that flexibility that you're talking about. If you adapt, if you change, if you're willing to embrace new thoughts.
But keep the best of the old as well.
Keep the basic kernel going. But if you're flexible, a tree that bends does not break.
Exactly. Can I just, the way I put it is, you need an ideal balance of rigidity and flexibility. If you're such a strong tree that you can't bend at all, like a coconut tree, when a storm comes, you will fall. But if you're so flexible that you have no identity of your own, like kusha grass, you will get trampled over. You need an ideal mix, rigid enough that I will be who I am, but flexible enough that if the times change, I change a bit of it, but I remain who I am. That ideal mix of rigidity and flexibility. I think that's what we have.
Now everything's digital, so we are getting the same Pokemon being seen around the world. So every child is seeing the world that way. Or I see some of those cartoons on Krishna and Bhima where the gods are always very violent. Bhima is beating up people and Krishna is beating up people and Ganesha is beating up people. And then we wonder why there is angry Hanuman being popular, because you have told people that gods are always angry and they're always fighting and screaming and shouting. Who gave that to the children? The earlier generation gave it to their children. So, I see these people who talk about, we want to save our culture, but at the end of the day, they don't see how colonized they are. And we don't realize how we are shaping our minds because of stories which we are telling. Look at Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a story which ends, at the end of it, they're fighting each other. The good guys and the bad guys are fighting each other. Read Lord of the Rings. Good guys and the bad guys fighting each other. There is no aftermath. There's a after. Then there is the Bible, which talks about the apocalypse, the great battle between angels and demons. And then people tell me, but Ramayana is also about war. But I said, no. The war ends in Yuddha Kand, after which there is Uttarakand, the consequences of the war. You read the Mahabharata, the war ends in the 12th chapter. There are 6 chapters after that. 6 chapters, which even B.R. Chopra didn't put it on television. Because you don't want to because Indian storytelling is everything has a cost. It's an accounting system. Everything. Remember, in India, as I said, accountability is the key word. Yamaraj is the god of death. He's the god of accounting. And everything is about accounting. You are accountable for everything. This concept doesn't exist in the West.
And Aryabhata himself says, I dived deep into the sea of knowledge and retrieved the truth through my own hard work. In other words, he's reading all this stuff from around the world. And the people he's meeting coming from all over. He's near Pataliputra. He's near the capital of it all. And it is the intellectual freedom and the cosmopolitan nature of that world, because intellectual excellence comes from intellectual freedom. And that is where India's great hope lies, and where, in a sense, the threat to India's future also lies. If we allow India to turn into a sort of Trump land, where everyone just praises the great leader and suppresses the truth, then we're not going to see that sort of intellectual blossoming that happened in ancient India. Again, in my view, I'm just expressing my own view. Other people will welcome to disagree with this. But my interpretation of ancient India's brilliance is not that, as some nationalists would have it, it's a sort of sealed Tupperware full of pure Indian Vedic genius, but that it is open to debate, it's open to intellectual wrangling, and that freedom is what leads to the intellectual brilliance of ancient India, and it's so brilliant that it's exported around the world by dint of its sophistication, not by the sword. And that's unique. An empire of the spirit is something worth celebrating.